Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Stick 500, another DCS video, and we're going to be doing some air-to-ground target practice. We're going to be using the Copoletti, not the Copoletti. We're going to be using the Caucasus map for this because it's got our favorite little air-to-ground target in the cross-runway section that I've already set up on this, and I'm on this specific mission, and I've got this mission set up so that whatever plane I want to work on for air-to-ground mode, this is ready for me to use because I've set this up for a multiplayer server. I mean, a multiplayer setting with dynamic spawns. And I'm going to show you how you can do that before we get started here. First, you go into the airfield you want to make where your spawns are. You go to full info on it. You check unlimited aircraft. You check dynamic spawns. And you check allow hot starts. It's that simple. I don't have to place any planes here. I don't have to place any loadouts here. Once we launch the multiplayer server, which I'll show you how to do here in a second, it is ready to go. So we go up here to Flight, Launch Multiplayer Server. We didn't make any changes. All right, what you're seeing now here is the multiplayer server settings page. You can host this on your own PC, and to protect yourself, you will see the server name that you set up as. You'll see a password that you can set to whatever you want it to be, the number of players, the public IP address, and the port. Now, I want you to notice that you can't see any numbers on my IP address or my port because I am dumb, but I am not so dumb. I can see them just fine. I also am not checking public server because I don't want anybody else logging into this that doesn't have the IP address, and you can even set the player limit to 1, so it's just you, and then punch in your password, whatever you want to do. Temp Mission Miz is the one that's already loaded and ready to go, which is the one we are doing currently, and we hit start. And now the beautiful part about loading in a multiplayer server is that we can choose which side we want to be on. In this case, we want to join the Blue Coalition and hit join. And now, Copoletti is the only blue airfield. It's only dynamic slots. And I've already flown the A10 a little bit today. So it's already selected. We can choose whichever aircraft we've got installed. And then we can get it set up to loadout, fuel, gun ammo, combo mix, flares, chaff, etc. We can select whatever livery we want to use. Air-to-air missiles, AIM-9, even though we don't need them. We're going to put Mark 82s all the way across in the GB pattern just to make life easy today, because that's what we're going to be doing. I'm not doing airburst. Bomb. Mark 82, bomb. Skip 6, because you can't put it on 6 if you put it on 7. And I want to carry more bombs. Bombs. And bombs. And on the final pod, we put the ECM pod, hot start, and click OK. All right, we're in the jet. Now, because it's a multiplayer server, it is probably set to active pause. So the first thing you're going to do is figure out what your key binding is to turn off the active pause. Mine is on my throttle, and it's the top iron switch. Use whatever you use for handy for your use. Now, I'm also going to apologize real quick. I've been fighting a cold for a little bit, so I sound a little stuffy. I'm going to have to clear my throat and cough on occasion, so I apologize. Talking really aggravates it. Just like that. So, I knew that was coming, so I wanted to give you an apology ahead of time. Let's get this thing rolling. My dog wants to come say hi all of a sudden. All right, and shout out to all the Transformers fans out there. I am one of you. All right, let's get rolling. First things first, we need to go into DSMS. Excuse me. And mark all of our Mark 82s. Get them all selected. Because that's what we're using. Master arm on, gun pack ammo, gun pack armed. Targeting computer on. We're not using a laser arm, so we are now ready to shoot. All right, let's get up in the air. All right. We are going to get some airspeed built up and get some altitude because our targets are right over there. We're also going to set the HUD to CCIP so that we do some dive bombing for this. These are just Mark 82s. They're just dumb bombs. We're not worried about laser guiding at this point. We're not worried about flying straight over and having the computer tell us that's the CCRP. We are just worrying about good old-fashioned dumb bombs. I want to get to around 4,000 feet, but we need some speed to do that. Well, there we go. Yep, there we go. All right, we're going to make a nice, easy turn. Remember, this is an attack aircraft. This is not a fighter. It does not perform well in a high bank. Well, I mean, it can. But you're not going to do it quickly. All right, we're going for our first run. Gonna make sure I'm in CCIP mode, which I am. And we're gonna worry about that first group of targets to the closest toward us to the left. Now, we don't want to dive on it yet, but we want to get kind of lined up on it. Now, these are static targets, basically. They're not going to shoot back. This is literally putting warheads on foreheads. Let's go. Nice and steady. And 3, 2, 1, drop, drop.
Pull up, pull up.
Already on the way, sweetheart. All right, we dropped 3. And we got hits on 3. Now, it's not trigger. The trigger on this is only the gun. So it's your weapon release button, which you set as your own settings. I've got a button on the right-hand side of my HOTAS that I use for stuff like this. All right, another sweeping circle, and we're going to hit that group right there.
Pull up, pull up.
Another 3 bombs out.
Altitude, altitude.
And we're getting good hits. All right, we've got 2 bombs left. And then gun ammo. So we're going to go hit the center of the target where I've got 9 targets. The whole idea of there is to hit the one in the center of it. Because, you know, this is about putting bombs where they need to go. 2 bombs. Let's go. Wait for that little circle to be on target.
Pull up. Pull up.
I think I missed those.
Altitude. Altitude.
Yeah, I missed those. And we've used all our bombs. Whatever will we do in an A10?
Pull up. Pull up. Altitude. Altitude.
That woke everybody up. All right, let's go get this thing on the ground.
Capoletti, Dodge 1, inbound. Dodge 1, Capoletti, fly heading 29146, QFE 29.86, runway 07, to pattern altitude. Dodge 1, cleared for visual, contact tower. Capoletti, Dodge 1, request landing. Capoletti, Dodge 1, request landing. Dodge 1, Capoletti, cleared to land, runway 07.
Altitude. Altitude.
I mean, I'm sure it wasn't perfect, but it wasn't bad either. Alrighty, guys, Snick 500. A10, generic bombing. I'll see you in the next one.